Well, because, one, in the late 70s, like, approval of NYPD was almost at an all-time low.
Very crime-ridden
area. And the Son of Sam kind of, like, encapsulated how people felt in New York City at the time. He wrote in his letters of, like, I'm writing to you from the gutters of New York City. It's rat-infested and...
Yeah, but then there's a gutter avenue in Yonkers. Remember?
Oh, right, yeah. Well, all right, but what I'm saying of, like, you get this feeling of, like, the Son of Sam, at least from his letters, of, like, he's kind of this manifestation of, like, the rottenness of New York City.
Yeah.
And the NYPD really wanted this wrapped up. He was causing a lot of just chaos around the city, and he was kind of seen as just like this was the epitome of everything that could go wrong. Like all the missteps that took place of handling New York City at this time, how we let the city kind of go to garbage. Like, the Son of Sam was the culmination of all of that. And they really wanted this over. They illegally searched his car without a search warrant.
Yeah.
Which is where they found the murder weapon. So when it comes out, and then he pretty much immediately confesses. So when it comes out afterwards, this theory that he may have not acted alone, that a lot of the sketch artists don't, that a lot of the witness sketches don't match his description, that you have some of the victims who survived, at least one guy who's in the documentary, looking at David Berkowitz saying, that's not the man who shot me.
I mean, and also the sketches weren't just a little off. They were not the same person.
Yes. So
which doesn't really happen.
Robert Ebert, in his review of this, he says, like, oh, this can all be easily explained by the fact that a lot of times witness sketches are inaccurate, which is true somewhat.
Yeah, not to this extent.
Almost never to this extent.
No.
Usually, like, a witness sketch will look vaguely, and what they mean by it's not 100% accurate is just, like, it's vaguely what he looked like, but, like, a lot of the details are probably different.
Yeah.
Someone's saying he's 6 foot and blonde. Exactly. So, which is exactly what I'm saying of just, like, this theory that Berkowitz did not act alone holds water.
It does.
And needs to be looked into. And Absolutely. They didn't look into it simply because the search of his car was done illegally, without a search warrant. Without the murder weapon, all you have is his confession. He can easily just recant his confession, saying, I confessed because of the evidence you found illegally. So all of that, everything they had could have been thrown out pre-trial. And they could not run the risk of David Berkowitz going free.